What's up, y'all? This is Crillah, and this is my R&B music playing in the background because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm recording a video. I hope everybody is good. This is another video from my online league for Sim Nation. The description of Sim Nation will be in the description below. Um, the last video we were finishing up on the finals. As you can see on the screen, 3-1. Pelicans won. They beat the Sixers. Um, uh, yeah, Boogie will be the MVP. He dropped like 34 times already in that series, so congrats to them again. This video is gonna be about what we did today, which was the star restricted free agency. Also we're doing the unrestricted free agency right now. That's going on right now. I'm just gonna explain that a little bit real quick, and then we're gonna jump into the star restricted free agency because that's the main part. That's where that's like where the all the news is coming in because it's already here. It's already now. So a little news in unrestricted free agency. I might drop into that too. Maybe one big one. So um, unrestricted free agency. Now that's all on our site. All the players that are unrestricted are there. You have 8 hours to secure that bid. So for example, I make a bid on Andre Robertson. Um, I do that at 2 o'clock p.m. Say nobody else bids on him for 8 hours. So that means at 10 p.m. if nobody bid on Andre Robertson, he's mine. No questions about it. That's it. Whatever I bid him is mine. I want to bid him 6 million. He's 6 million. He's on my team. Should have been there. First come, first curve, first serve. If you don't put him in, then you don't get him. Now, for instance, if I did bid him at 2 p.m. and somebody bid him at 6 p.m., say I bid 2 million on Robertson at 2 p.m. and then at 6 p.m. freaking the stupid 76ers, because they're mad that they lost, they bid him for 3 million. You can only top players. You can only top each bidder. You can't bid the same amount, and it has to be a whole number. It can't just be 2.5 million or 2.35, like to be funny. So say he bid 3 million at 6 p.m. That means he has 8 hours to get that bid. You see what I'm saying? I think it's a 2 day free agency um time span. Um so you have plenty of time to do this. It's just that once those 8 hours are up on one player, that bid is over. So for example, because I brought up Andre Robertson, there's other guys too, but this is a big one. The San Antonio Spurs was the only team. Well, no, they weren't the only team, but they bid on Andre Robertson. I'm just gonna take a quick look on him real quick on my computer as as I speak to y'all. But oh, here we go. So Andre Robertson was bid on by the Warriors, the Pistons, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. And then the Spurs bid him with 4 million. I don't know if anyone else was just lazy and just didn't check no more, but the Spurs got Andre Robertson for 4 million. Congrats to him. That's a lockdown defender. He can't do anything else on offense, but he's a great defender for severe moments in the end of the game. So congrats to that. That's a big one. So that's just a quick example. Nobody bid on him after 8 hours after the Spurs owner bid for him, so that's his guy. That's locked. If you bid on him, there's a time. It shows the timing when you bid anyway. So they're just gonna be like, hold up, that's my guy, because nobody bid in 8 hours, so he's mine. Sorry, step off. So that's just the example of that. Now moving on to the real fun part, which is the star restricted free agency. Now that was a live. We did a live video. The owner of this league did, and what we did was he did the whole lottery through a generator. I'm not even gonna go over what he did because that's just too much, and it's gonna turn into like a 25-minute video. It's gonna turn into some how-to video, but I did it through a generator, so the probabilities he put all that math in to the generator, and that's how they decided who's going where. So the top team in the generator will end up with that team, with that player. So I have the list, and I'm gonna go over right now. I'm not gonna look at the player because I can just describe to you right now what they mean to each player, each team. So starting off was LeBron James. He was a free agent this season. He was restricted. Um, A lot of teams went for him. I know the Nuggets. I believe the Nuggets went for it. I know Cleveland went for him. The Hawks. Long story short, it came down between the Hawks and Cleveland, from what I remember. And that really came into play because they made it to the playoffs, and you get a boost if you make it to the playoffs, especially if the player wants to play for a winner a lot. You know, if that's somewhat high, then your chances of getting a player like that with that type of morale or personnel, your chances are going to be higher. So the Hawks actually snagged him away from Cleveland. Now, I believe that this actually happened because I don't know LeBron's loyalty in this game. I don't think it's that high, and also because the Pistons and the Hawks were both first round exits, so it's not like they got an upper hand. Had the Pistons, sorry, I said Pistons, the Cavaliers and the Hawks were first round exits. Had the Cavaliers made it to the second round, I believe it would have been an automatic win for Cleveland again. Now, this is going to be great for the Hawks because the Hawks had a pretty shitty team. They gave away the second overall. They gave away the third overall pick. They would have had Marvin Bagley. So they get LeBron James in return. So they come out on top somewhat. And they get him for 2 years. Max contract, $32 million. So congrats to them. He's going to bring straight defense, playmaking, offense, instant offense. So that's great. Next is KD, one of the most bidded on players ever in this all season. I bidded on him as well. I came nothing close. He actually ended up re-signing to the Warriors. I kind of expected that. They were a second round exit team, as you can see right there, and play for a winner. They definitely proved that they're winners because they can contend to a title because they made it to the second round. You get a boost for making it to the second round, more as just making it to the playoffs. So congrats to the Warriors. We know what KD's gonna do for the Warriors. He's gonna give them clutch shots. He's actually pretty decent at defense. He's gonna get you them blocks. He's gonna get you them rebounds. So congrats to them. Next is Paul George. This is where it gets good. Paul George. Now, as y'all know, I'm on the bottom of the screen. You can see me getting swept by the Rockets, bitch ass Rockets. Paul George actually ends up signing with me. So I have Paul George now. I complained the whole time that I needed a star. I come back with a garbage team. My best player was like Zach Randolph when I started. He had the highest overall, a 78. I ended up trading him for Glenn Robinson, who's like a 75, and I traded Willie Cauley-Stein because he was a 77. Everybody else was like a 77 after Zach Randolph. That sucked. I got Enes Kanter for Willie Cauley-Stein and some other guys. I got Trey Burke and all that. Enes Kanter's at 82 overall. He then became my best player, my most go-to player, and I still needed somebody else because I have no wing defender. I have nobody. Everybody else sucks at defense. George Hill was a B+ perimeter defense. It just seemed like he just couldn't do anything. Maybe because he was 6'3", but that's not an excuse because Chris Paul is a good defender and he's 6 feet. So I have a lockdown defender, a knockdown shooter. I have a go-to shooter. I'm great now. So, and he can slash in and he dunks on anybody. So that's great. So shout out to me. I'm happy. Next up is Chris Paul. It gets even way better. I mean, this is completely unexpected. I thought I was just going to get lucky once, but yes, you guessed it. I got Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul is my playmaker. Now, this is going to give me more depth in my team. Now De'Aaron Fox can come off the bench. I could run him as the 2 because he's 6'3", so he is taller than Chris Paul by 3 inches. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run De'Aaron Fox off the bench so he can complement Skal Labissiere, maybe and Papa Giannis or Harry Giles. Those two are going to switch center position often, and as well as Glenn Robinson if I could keep him, and Buddy Hield or Bogdanovich. Either or, it doesn't matter. One of them are going to have to start though. So my starting lineup is most likely going to look like CP3, Buddy Hield, or Bogdanovich. Small forward will be Paul George. Power forward will be Kanter, and my center will be DeAndre Ayton, my new draft pick. If he doesn't do well, then it'll just be Papa Giannis, and then it'll just be Ayton and Giles switching off in the center position off the bench. I did not keep Costa Koufis. His ass could get out of here. He could miss me with that shit. Don't want him. Next, it gets even better. Now, Isaiah Thomas. Now, I didn't get Isaiah Thomas, okay? And I'm glad. But I was going to get him. Now, the Warriors won him immediately, but he couldn't afford him because it's stack team. Then it passed down to me. I got him. I didn't want him because I wouldn't have been able to afford him after this season, and I would have lost almost anybody I had. Um, so he went down to the Nuggets. He retained them. It was only good because I was gonna have him, and I just didn't want him. So I would have had Isaiah Thomas, but there was no point of having him. What do I look like with Isaiah Thomas back in Sacramento with De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul? It just doesn't even look right. I would have left the league if that happened. If I was forced to keep him. So, Isaiah Thomas, instant offense, Mr. Fourth Quarter, they got him, so they're good. So shout out to them. Next is a big one. This is the Cavaliers pulling in Avery Bradley. They got themselves a lockdown defender. They needed something. They needed a break because they lost LBJ. So they got themselves a great shooter. Well, a good shooter. In real life, a good shooter. In 2K, a great shooter and a great defender. He's just a little undersized, so I don't know how he's gonna play him. I'm assuming he's gonna run him at the 2. For those that are smart, you want to take him to the post. It doesn't matter how great he is at defense, because he's undersized. You can definitely draw some fouls a lot. It's not gonna happen all the time, but it can happen. And it could definitely fatigue him depending on the play, depending on how big the player you're using on offense. So shout out to the Cavs for pulling in a good one. I believe he still has Kevin. No, he does not have Kevin Love. Never mind. Anyway, that's awkward. Moving on. The Thunder. The Thunder kept Melo. I'm definitely reading it backwards. I should have just started with the person. Yeah, it's late. So Carmelo. Now the Thunder almost had a bad offseason if he didn't keep Melo. Now he keeps Westbrook. That's fine. He loses Robertson. Like I said earlier, the Spurs got Robertson. So he got to keep Melo, and he has Steven Adams. So they still have a good team. I actually think it was for the best for them to not even keep one of those three. Either Paul George or Melo had to go, in my opinion. But I haven't watched him play that lately because this is a newer user. I think I've been in the league with him before. It's just I don't have any memory of playing like how he plays. So it might have worked for him. It might not have. But shout out to him for doing a good job and keeping him. I'm saying it like he really did anything. He just bid on him. So, but good job anyway. Next is DeAndre Jordan, and he is staying on the Clippers. Now, this is a new user as well to the league. A lot of people know who he is. I don't, but that's because I've never been in the league with all these guys. Just some of them. Anyway, he keeps DeAndre Jordan, which is huge because a lot of people, I know people were trying to go for him. He definitely is a lockdown defender, and he's definitely great alley-oop person. You know, great putback dunker. Literally, that's all he does. That's why he gets those points. He's not a shooter. He's not a hook shot person. He's not a layup person. He's just a dunker. That's it. He's not a free throw. I shoot better free throws than him with my offhand. Next is Clint Capella. Great offensive player. He stays in the Rockets. I mean, I think the Rockets needed a break anyway because he just lost CP3. That would have been devastating, and most likely, I believe he's going to lose Aaron Gordon because a lot of people are bidding high on him in the unrestricted free agency. I think Philly's desperate ass is bidding like $37 million. So drop a comment in the comment section of a laughing emoji face and a disappointed face to the 76ers for going that hard when they were just in the finals. Unfortunately, he's from where I'm from, in South Jamaica, Queens, but it's okay. We're gonna clean him out real quick. He won't be here no more. We'll probably have to replace him with another 76ers user. He won't be with us anymore. That is a threat. Anyway, moving on. That was just a quick little bypass. Last but not least is DeMarcus Cousins. Now, as you can see, I shouldn't even go any further than this, but New Orleans won. DeMarcus Cousins is on that team. He wants to win. He's played for a winner. Just went sky high because he just won. Why would he leave when he just won a championship? So he's with the Pelicans still. They keep Anthony Davis. I think Drew Holiday's on the market, so they lose him. So they're gonna have to really work hard to get themselves a good point guard. So that's about it. That was just a quick little recap of the free agency. Just a little exciting stuff, some good stuff going on. Like I said, leave a comment in the section of a laughing emoji towards the 76ers, also known as Skills. He is going super hard for Aaron Gordon, who is an 82 overall, about to make $37 million a year. So yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, definitely hit a dislike. Most likely the 76ers, when he watches this, he will do it. So I expect one at least. If you didn't like it, other than the 76ers user, leave it in the comment section of why you didn't like it. So in the comment section, emoji laughing at 76ers and telling me why you didn't like the video. If you want to keep track of this league, make sure you comment and make sure you comment. I'm sorry, it's mad late. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the little bell on the side for notifications. I will be posting videos a lot more. We're about to start up again of the new season. I'll definitely give recaps of the free agency and the next and for the progressive. Everything's going on with progressive and training camps. And that's about it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.